for a caption. Me and my team, we so heroic, there's no opponent that can take us down.
Good evening and welcome to another lovely episode of Superfan Addicts Podcast. I'm your host, Ray Showdog Prisby, and we have a repeat guest coming to you tonight. So let's get started with our guests. We have Cody the Brownstronaut. What's up, Cody? We got
What's up, man? What's up, man?
Tim Waller. We got Mama Bear, aka Middle Child, aka that boisterous diva. And last, and certainly not least, we have what's his name? Hey Mike, hey, what's up, Big Mike?
Hey Mike, he
What
likes
up?
What's up,
Go
baby?
Lions.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, folks. I was gonna come out like this. I ain't gonna put a bag over my head, but I definitely was gonna come out like this because I ain't gonna be sick. But I figured I'd come on, take my medicine because I know Mike, he all ready to go. Because hey, I ain't gonna lie. That was I mean, for a minute it seemed like we might have been in the game. But let's get right to it. What in your mind? Let's go with you first, Tim, because I know you're ready to go. What was the turning point in the Browns Lions game that you knew that it was over?
When they called Flacco as a starter.
Was there a point?
When they named Flacco the starter, I knew that we wouldn't win the game. I think the Browns did a remarkable job on defense. When we look at the number one offense, considering what our offense wasn't able to produce, I believe our defense did a stellar job. Those numbers were pedestrian for what we gave them, as far as
Our running
yards
back and our receiver.
Did I have the mic?
Mike, come on. Everybody's gonna get a turn.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Come on now.
Go ahead.
Respect my gangster. No, I'm just playing. So what I'm saying is that I never expected us to win the game because we have Joe Flacco at the helm. So I knew I didn't expect us to win. But I still am, and I stand by what I said about our defense because you were gifted. The Lions were gifted incredible field position throughout the game, which reflects in their stats. Because with those amount of points, you expect a lot more yards on the ground and through the air. We didn't see that. The Browns did an incredible job on defense to offset the poor play by our offense. So while Myles Garrett did not get those sacks that we're used to and accustomed to getting, I don't think that it was like, oh, Sewell's this great guy. I believe he was double teamed a lot. And a lot of the people did eat on defense because of Myles Garrett. And that's what's supposed to happen. When you have a formidable defensive line, your linebackers should eat very well, and they did. Now, if we had an offense to keep our defense off the field, we would have saw a lot more of it. But when the game was offensively even killed, the Lions didn't have anything for that defense. It wasn't until the longevity of the offense staying off the field that the Lions started to see, and most of it was gift wrap for them. And I'm not taking away from them because that's what you're supposed to do when someone gives you the advantage that way. So they execute it. But what I'm saying is that for a number one offense, for the gifts they received, they should have done even more than that, in my opinion. Now, I give glory where glory is due. The Lions played a better game overall, but we know what it is with this offense. We know what it is. Our defense did a stellar job, and under normal circumstances, the score would have been a lot different. Can't say we would have won, but with just a mediocre offense, I think the game is largely different. And I think Detroit is going to see that later on in the season, how good they're actually not. That's all. Because the chickens will come home to roost.
Go ahead, Mike. I know you're ready.
The chickens will come home to roost.
I'm gonna let you go, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
All right. First, I'm gonna start off like this. Because when Hutch came, Stormbreaker showed up.
See with the props.
What I'm saying, let's go. We booed it up, baby.
Who uses
Let's
props?
go. Now, I told y'all about Penei Sewell. Y'all didn't want to hear it. I told you, Penei Sewell is a beast, and he showed it. And if you go back and look on the internet, they showed the one-on-ones with Myles Garrett. And that other deep, that boy, who had the other guy from Michigan y'all got up there. You
Right.
know,
Mason
but I
Graham.
can't say y'all
Okay.
defense 8. Your defense get put in their place. We played a good game
Oh,
against
wow.
your defense. I'm not gonna say, oh,
Wow.
did I run it back not score a touchdown, walked away with 90 yards?
Dude. I mean,
Hold
you're
on,
talking
Tim.
about garbage
Hold on,
time.
Tim.
You're
Hold on,
talking
Tim. Let me
about garbage
finish.
time, man.
Finish.
Now here's what I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna
talking
hold on,
about garbage time. That
hold
was the
up.
first
Here's what I'm
touchdown
not
of the
here's what
game.
I'm not about to
That was
do
the
though.
first touchdown of the
Listen,
game.
you're not about to sit here and try to recreate it like y'all were like
Oh,
we were
bro.
like we had an
You sound like
offense.
Trump
Like
now,
we
trying
had
to replay
we
it.
beat a team that destroyed y'all. So here's the thing. Don't try to come in here and recreate it because y'all
No.
got garbage
The
points
only reason why Green Bay
off
beat
of a
us is
non-existent offense,
our
dude.
offensive line didn't have the
Dude, off of
communication
a
down.
non-existent offense, you cannot brag on that. That's not classy for real. Be truthful with it.
Bruh,
Be
bruh.
truthful with it.
You can't
Don't
brag
act
on
like you
your
don't have
defense
football
because they
acumen.
didn't
You're
beat
a
you.
Hall of Famer. You're a Hall
Where's
of
all the
Famer for
sack
crying out
share?
loud.
Where's the sack share?
Don't defame
It
your
was
Hall of
no
Fame
sack.
fan status. Don't do
None
that.
of y'all got
Don't do
sacked.
it.
Hey,
I
Don't
thought
I got
the
a
do
other
it.
ones
question.
was
Hey,
easy.
hey,
They
hey,
Don't
ain't
we
do
got,
easy.
it. Don't
we
do
got
it.
your
You're a better
questions.
team.
Mama
We
Bear.
conceded that you were a better team
Then our
because you
running
have a
back
better
ate
offense.
too.
We conceded
Our
that you were a
running
better
back
team because
ate,
you have a better
and St.
offense.
Brown got 2 TDs.
Man, see,
Now what?
okay, he should have from the 20-yard line on our side of the field. Of course he
But if
should.
your
That's what he's
defense was
supposed to
easy,
do.
Garrett Blount wouldn't have had
Those
time to
are
throw
high
the
school,
pass.
those are
See what
high
I'm
school,
saying?
those are high school positions.
Ooh.
So, oh, that's not a woo woo woo. Because if I was a woo woo
You
woo,
gonna
I
sit here
wouldn't
back
face
up?
you.
Go ahead, rewrite history, bro.
No, you rewrite it because what we're talking about is you can't not look at the whole frame of the game. And what you're doing is you're trying to like gloat now because you knew we came in with Joe Flacco.
Hey,
You knew that.
bro, ain't
You
nobody
knew
dealing with
that.
your
And
flag.
what
I've
we
been with
did
the
in the
defensive
beginning,
side of
when
the
we had an
ball.
offense, we showed what time it was.
All right,
Period.
cool. All
That's what
right,
I'm
that's
trying
cool.
to
Hey, hey,
say.
hey. Go ahead,
Whoa,
Mama
whoa,
Bear.
whoa. Hey, look
Go
at
ahead,
the
Mama
comments.
Bear.
Look at the comments. I'm looking at what James Frank said. He said, so the same reason why y'all lost against Green Bay is the same reason we lost against y'all.
There you go.
No, we
That's
lost
what
because
James Frank is saying.
that was basically our first preseason game
Oh,
because
here
the
we go.
offensive line didn't play all
Your excuses are
preseason.
okay? Your excuses are bona fide? Come on, that's a
No,
double standard,
I'm
buddy.
not giving no
Come on.
excuse.
Bring out the
I'm giving facts.
violin.
Look at the
Bring it out.
film.
Now who's doing
Look at
this?
the film.
Who's doing this?
You
Who's
are
doing
still.
this now? Take the
Hey,
shades off so we
all
can
right, that's
see
cool.
these.
But look, we get to play Green Bay again on Thanksgiving, and we're
Okay,
gonna
well,
whoop
we don't got
their ass.
nothing to do with that. We'll talk about that
Whatever.
then.
Cody.
We'll talk about that then, but they had your number. We had theirs.
Yeah.
All
It
right,
was a
go ahead.
lackluster
Hey,
Oh
offense,
no,
hey,
though.
you got lucky.
yeah,
Oh, we
All
got
right.
lucky.
Let me
Okay.
share something else.
three more people
Okay.
that need to talk. All right, go
Yeah.
ahead, Mama Bear.
All right. I just wanted to share one other thing. Like when I left the Point on Main, which is where the BOC comes together to watch the games. When I left the Point, I left the tab open that I didn't even give her my credit card, and I left early before the game was over because I was that level mad. But I was really mad at myself, and I'm gonna tell you why I was mad at myself. Like last week we talked about Joe Flacco, and I was like, oh, he still got some in the tank, and he go, Joe could still fling a couple. And when he threw that interception, I was like, this mother. So I was just like losing my mind, you know what I mean? So I kind of knew when that first interception, I was like, oh, it's all downhill from here. That's kind of when I knew it was a wrap. And I ended up have to go back and Zell old girl today because I went back up at the spot and she was like, hey, you left and I had to pay your bill. I was so mad I left my bill, but I was like, I'm coming back next week. I'm good for it. So I was like, let me Zell you back real quick because she covered it out of her pocket. So good looking out. But yeah, I knew if you asking when you knew the game was over, it was at that first interception. I was like, our offense is going to destroy this for us. And like, I agree, we did play good defense. I would be interested to know what plays your boy, what's his name? Sewell. What plays can you like pull from that game to say, hey, he shut y'all down on? Do you have any plays that come to mind?
I sent the video to Ray because I ain't had my man number to send it to him. They did a whole big thing about Penei Sewell, about how he was holding up in the blocking.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
Cody,
Yeah.
what was the point? What was the turning point for you?
So it was definitely that pick heading into the second quarter or the second half, or close to halftime, I should say. So, I mean, Jerry Jeudy had his own set of issues going on, holding on to the ball. But when that defender pretty much leaped over him, took what looked like his pass specifically for him, and then that's great. And
That's
then
crazy.
immediately after hitting St. Brown, just butt naked in the end zone, no one on him. You know what I
Right.
mean? You know, that's where I was like, man, this could go bad pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I got a completely different play. For me, the 3rd and 2, Flacco is back. He goes to scramble. He has 6 yards easy, and he slides at the line of scrimmage. I'm like, it's done.
This is it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's you said the game was over. See, that was more than that to me. That was his career is over because the starting quarterback doesn't do that. That's what I'm saying. You're not about the team anymore. You're about self-preservation. And if that's what it is, then it's time for you to relegate yourself to the bench or to your couch, where we found you in the first place.
This week.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see an improve. I'll put it like this: if we had Dylan Gabriel in the Lions game, I'm gonna say we still would have lost that game, but it would not have been lopsided that way.
Yeah.
Where Joe Flacco is, Joe Flacco takes 2 seconds to turn around from taking the snap from the center. He's done. He should have never been picked up this season. His career is over. It's beyond over. The point I've been trying to make.
Credit though, that running back y'all got is a fucking problem. I give you that.
Oh, Junkies,
y'all running backs are problems as well. But what I'm saying is that your running backs your running backs probably would have seen a lot larger of a production had they not spent most of their time on our side of the field. There wasn't much yards for y'all to throw for or to run for because you spent most of it on our side. That's what I'm saying. The game doesn't reflect, the score doesn't reflect the statistics because you spent most of your time on our side of the field, which shows you that our offense was pretty much, after that first drive, non-existent. So you're playing basically a one-phase team. You know, and so you're always going to win.
We got a punt return for a touchdown.
Yeah, but by that time, it's like, who cares? Yeah, by that time, it's over. It was over right there. It was already over. And the defense is tired. I don't care what kind of dogs you have out there.
That's what it is? The defense was tired?
No. What I'm saying is over time. Man, come on, man. Don't act like you don't know football. If a defense is on the field 80% of the time, any human being is going to be tired. I'm not blaming. We were going to lose. We faced a better team. We faced a better team from the product we put on the field. But what I'm saying is that when you look at, I'm a numbers guy. I'm an entrepreneur. I build everything I do on numbers. So when you look at a game where that score is that lopsided, but the yards don't reflect the domination, then you know that somebody did not have a great day. One phase of that team, and it was the offense, which we knew going in because we pushed out Weekend at Bernie's at quarterback.
So you're a numbers guy, so that means you can look at the snaps that Myles Garrett was on Penei Sewell and see he got shut down.
Yeah, I did look at the snaps, and I did look at how everybody ate lunch around Myles Garrett because that's going to happen sometimes when you draw either a formidable. Hold on,
they ate lunch with no sacks.
I wanted them sacks, man. I wanted them.
I know you did.
Yeah, we wanted the sacks because we were talking about the record. And let's keep everything in context because my memory is also impeccable. Let's keep it in context because we were also talking. Yeah, it is because we were also talking about in that context we were talking about the record, and we were saying we expect 2 sacks because that's what we're used to. So we were talking in that context. However, I will take.
And I was talking in the context of Penei Sewell was going to stop him. That was my context.
But Penei Sewell stopped him. But Penei Sewell ain't responsible for the entire defensive line, and the rest of the defensive line and linebackers. Yes, they did. For the context of the game, they did eat. If you're going to look at the points, but you look at the stats, they ate. If you look at the stats for your limited yards, if you look at that, they ate. They were holding y'all against all odds as long as they could, but never got any help. No reprieve for the offense. For the defense. So we got to take the full gambit of the game. The same way you want us to take into context this communication problem y'all had against the Packers, then you got to take it all then. That's all I'm saying.
And all I'm saying, you look at the film.
If you make a comment.
Next question.
So unless you're living under a rock, it has been announced that Dylan Gabriel is the starting quarterback. So I guess my question for the panel is, do you expect any big changes now that we have a mobile quarterback, or just Dylan Gabriel? And I'm gonna let you go first, Cody.
I was gonna say, don't let Tim go. He'll tell you every reason how everything's gonna be different, man. He got his wish. Yeah, I again, hopefully mobility. Joe Flacco's out there with the cement shoes on, and I'm hoping that we can get some RPO going, and he can get those passes out quick and do things that he's known for. As long as those passing windows are there and balls aren't getting swatted down. I'm not sold on Dylan. I'm also not sold on Shador. I think Shador has higher upside and is just more fun to watch. But I'm excited. I'm excited for something different. Flacco had to go.
Okay, Mama Bear, you excited about Dylan?
Ooh, am I excited about Dylan? I mean, I'm happy that they finally made a change. Dylan's next man up. I want to see what he's going to do. My concerns are with like having a strong enough O-line to protect these guys coming out. The way these injuries been looking, I just feel like, and yeah, he can move, and he's a smart player. So I think he'll do okay. I think that people have higher expectations than what we're actually going to see. And like you said, I think there will be a couple of smackdown passes, because of his size. I think we're going to see some of that. I think we're still going to see mistakes, like if you're going to see mistakes out of your veterans, you're going to still see mistakes. But overall, it's a much better choice than Flacco. Like we're working our way up. I just hope that by the time we do get to third string, we got a stronger O-line, because I like my guys to be protected.
Well, you should have a stronger O-line. You traded for an offensive lineman and you signed one.
Yeah,
so
we got two. We got two guys over the course of the week.
Mike, order.
I'm
We
sorry.
go in order.
I'm sorry.
All right, go ahead, Tim. What you got?
I'm happy to see Joe Flacco sit down. I'll be happier when they send him home. I don't want him around. Dylan Gabriel, we're going to see an improvement, because that's usually what happens when you replace a quarterback that's been doing nothing. The receivers, I think that our receivers will get used to or be happier because they'll be able to catch the ball in time. Because Dylan Gabriel is going to be quicker, like Mama Bear alluded to. I think that the offense will respond, because I think they knew that Joe Flacco was finished. I mean, we're on the outside looking in. We're fans. We're not at practice every day. We don't know. We think we know, but we don't know football in the way that they do.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe I believe this happens. I don't have any evidence or anything, but I've watched football for a long time, and I've watched quarterbacks come in and the offense seems stagnant and like it doesn't do anything. But then all of a sudden somebody else comes in and all of a sudden they can play. It's almost as if these guys I don't want to play for this guy. I don't want to play for him. We're looking at Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy came from Alabama. He didn't come from YSU or Akron or nothing. No shade to those programs. No shade to those programs. But we're talking about Alabama. Yeah. And this dude has dropped passes in his hands over and over again. So is Cedric Tillman. These guys are from big programs. You've got to wonder if they don't feel inspired to play for certain people, and they know that if we want to get rid of this guy, we've got to play subpar. So I believe that the Browns, whether they beat the Vikings or not, they're going to look way better just because of that. And just getting rid of Flacco, because Flacco should have never been reunited with his team. We should have never brought him back. So I'm not necessarily happy to see Dylan Gabriel, because I don't think that he's the best option. It makes me question the integrity of the Browns pick with Shador Sanders and what they're utilizing him for, to not even move him up to second string. I mean, to backup quarterback status. I'm starting to really, really question this organization, and I'm a little disheartened by what I'm seeing right now, but I'm just going to wait and watch it develop. But that's my take.
Okay. Big Mike.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and show him his cheese head since he's hanging his win on the Green Bay Packers. But
I'm hanging your loss on them, actually, but go ahead.
I do see that you guys got some new offensive linemen, and you can look at this as 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other, going up against Minnesota, because they got all those exotic defenses. So Flacco pretty much seen it all, and that's what I mean by that. If you could put Jay Flacco's knowledge in my man, it'd probably be a lot better. But you know, and again, I hope that it is better, especially with the run game, because they have a problem with the play action to the tight end. If y'all run that, you'll definitely be successful. Minnesota don't like covering tight ends. I'm here to tell you. But you guys got that running game, which should produce a little bit of problem for Minnesota, especially going to the outside. I think y'all definitely have success. And between the tackles, I got to see what your new offensive linemen look like before I can say you have success there. But again, your running back, he's the truth. I give you that. He got good vision. He know how to hit the hole. He know how to fall into the end zone. We had y'all stopped on 4th and goal again. So I give him credit there. Our guy went high, he went low.
Flacco.
So yeah.
And he likes Dylan too. He talked a lot about Dylan. I guess their relationship kind of goes back to the college days. Judkins. Was it Judkins talking about? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, my whole take on it, I mean, yeah, anything has to be better than Flacco. And I was a Flacco supporter. But yeah, he just 3rd and 2, and then you slide at the goal, at the line of scrimmage, and you could have easily just took 3 more steps and got the first down. So yeah, it was his time. So next man up, Dylan Gabriel. And I'm gonna step out and say I think, or I believe, that Dylan Gabriel has the ceiling of a Brian Sight. I mean, I just believe that.
I ain't gonna go there. I love Brian Sight. Now that was the man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Brian Sight and Joey Coacher. Come on now.
He gets
those
the ball.
are iconic.
He gets the ball out. He gets the ball out quick. I'm just concerned with the line that we have right now. I don't know if we're going to see the true Dylan Gabriel or not, because that line is in such a chaotic state.
Yeah.
I think the real problem. I think the real problem is the fans.
Which brings us to the next topic. So we picked up a left tackle, Cam Robinson, and we picked up Ladarius Henderson. So we actually picked up 2 linemen, but I'm more interested in Cam Robinson, because I'm not gonna lie. Both of our tackles, they were doing Matador impersonations during that game. It was like they come out of their stance and they were just ole and just let it was like they would let the ball run right past them. And I was like, is anybody gonna block? It was almost as funny as the turnstiles that Cody put up that said was our offensive line, because that's how porous that offensive line is.
Yeah. That's scary.
Yeah, Hutch was getting a good jump on them. Yep. So now, is your quarterback that you starting, is he a right-handed? Because that left tackle is very important.
No, he's left-handed.
Yeah, that's right. Dylan's left-handed.
Okay. So you got to depend on that right tackle to get his blind side.
Right, exactly.
Jared Goff is right-handed, so when our left tackle was out, it was horrible.
So
he looked like a deer in the headlights.
My question to Jens. Oh no, I can't say Jens. That's a Pittsburgh Steeler. I can't say Jens. I'm sorry. But my question is, do you think these 2 guys are enough for a quick fix, or do you think we gotta keep on looking? I'm gonna go with Cody first. What you think, Cody? You think this is gonna be enough, or we need to keep?
I hope so. I think it's, we got to try out everyone we can get. Anybody that's interested, anybody that's a big body, preferably people that have been in the NFL and have shown flashes here and there. Our Dylan, like you said, is not going to be able to shine without our O-line at least holding up and giving him a couple seconds, even if he is getting the ball out quick. But yeah, bring in anybody who wants to help. I don't know about these guys specifically. We'll see how they mesh, and if they're going to get thrown into action as soon as possible, that could be an issue. But we'll see how it meshes.
Okay, Mama Bear.
Oh, I'm interested to see what type of plays Stefanski gonna call with him at the helm, because it's gonna be the play calling too. I'm hoping that they'll take more risks, because I felt like everything was so careful with Flacco. It was like, don't do this and don't do that, and just get out there and just get the ball. It was just so scared. It was like playing scared football. I'm hoping that
even if him healthy.
Right, even if they're taking more risks, I just want to see us be a little more aggressive. He's out there now, so let him show us what's up. Let him shut some people up that doubt him if that's what he feel like. It's got to charge him up. I just want to see them, be more aggressive on offense.
Okay. Tim Dog. Roof, roof.
Yeah. I'm a chess player. When you play chess, sometimes you may lose your rook, you might lose your queen, but you got to play accordingly. And so, to me,
Keep
this
your
is on
castle.
Stefanski, like Mama Bear said. It's like, yeah, your line is porous. Call plays accordingly.
Mm.
Call plays accordingly to the skill you have on the field. I don't know if I'm going to say this out of turn, but to me, the most they're questioning whether Shadura is game ready. I question whether Stefanski is head coach material for this particular team. Because to me, all teams face injuries, all teams face adversity, and it's the head coach's job to kind of navigate them through that. If you had Joe Flacco and you saw his capabilities or whatever deficiencies he had, you're supposed to call plays according to that to give your team the best chance to win. I don't feel he does that. I don't know if he's equipped to do that. He doesn't adjust well. He seems to script his very first drive, and after that, I don't know what happens.
No
So
adjustments.
that's my point.
I mean, look, they
Okay.
kept Deshaun in there. They kept Deshaun in there for how long? When he blatantly
I don't know what
reacting.
Ford. I don't know why Ford comes on the field. I don't know why he's on the team. He should be gone. Like, I don't know how guys can miss passes and drop passes and continue to start. I just don't understand the culture that they're trying to cultivate here. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. It doesn't sound like anything like even in the high school or even midget. I played for the Eastside Little Broncos in Youngstown. They were better. This is ridiculous. Like, I'm starting to really question the direction here. I don't understand. I really don't.
Okay. Big Mike.
All right. First of all, they not like us. They not like us. But
Not until the end of the season.
The RPO, I'm not a big fan of that because you're gonna get your quarterback killed.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are big, these are grown men out there hitting folks. I remember when Lawrence Taylor broke my man Joe Theismann's leg.
I
You
saw
can't be
that
out there
game.
running no
Live.
RPO thinking you're gonna get your quarterback hit.
Exactly.
So with that, my question would be, how good is your interior offensive line? I know you talk about your tackles, you replacing one, but how good is your interior to go in and form that pocket and push on the running game and get them between the tackles? Those are my main concerns. And then you talk about the play calling, the way he scripted and stuff, but maybe he scripted, then after the script, he have an idea on what he want his quarterback to do, but his quarterback don't do it. So again, you guys know more about Flacco than I do. I just remember him from the Ravens. But all that is important, to see what you're gonna do. And then you're looking at this, you're on an international game. The only game is gonna be on TV at that time. I just don't want the game to be too big for your quarterback.
Yes.
Especially going up against Minnesota's defense. Because Minnesota defense ain't no joke. If y'all number one, Minnesota definitely got to be number two. And I'm keeping it real on that. Minnesota got them doggone all kind of blitzes, all kind of coverage. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think
you got to be honest with what you see out there.
Yeah.
Hey, so we're gonna pause for the cause for a quick minute. And hey, Cody, pull up that flyer I just sent you.
Pull that up so we can talk about our running backs.
Hold on.
We'll all be sitting at home for the Super Bowl. So settle in. I don't care about none of this. I don't care about I don't care about this fourth of the season.
I want to come back on that show too.
I know.
I want to come back on that show too.
Because of what y'all showed me against us. I know.
Ho. We gotta sell some money here, folks. So here we go. Brownies are doing a Lady Caroline lunch cruise on Saturday, April 18th from 11 a.m. I'm sorry, from 12 to 2. And if you call land or if you use the code Brownies, you get 20% off. And you're gonna have all kind of. I know grapefruit is gonna be there. Ben Davis is going to be there. A couple other alumni is going to be there. It's going to be a fun cruise. Lorello Wine is going to be represented. Lake Erie Distillery is going to be represented. And Southern Tier Brewing is going to be represented. So hey, I'm going to be there as well. So come on out, check out the lunch cruise on Lady Caroline that Here We Go Brownies is sponsoring. All right.
It's a lunch cruise, you said? So it's going to be like on a little yacht or something?
Yeah, they're gonna cruise. They're gonna,
Lady.
Lady Caroline does the cruise all around Lake Erie, and then they come back.
I like that. That's fire.
So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yep, much respect on that one.
That's dope.
Lot of fun. So next we have Sexy Rexy. Man. Everybody want to be relevant. So basically, and I'm sure by now everybody has heard the story, but basically Rex came out and said, "Shut up and play. You need to be sitting in front of the class." But the thing was, as soon as he said that, all these pictures started popping up with Shedeur sitting in front of the class. But here's the bigger question for me, because everybody's like, "Well, why do people? I mean, why does Shedeur keep talking?" But okay, this is the first thing you have to understand. All players have to make themselves available for the media. They have to. So
that's in the contract.
Right. And the media knows that, hey, we know that because this is a clickbait society that we live in now. Everybody is going for the clicks. See how many clicks and likes and whatever they can get. So Sexy Rexy he's going to come out and it's almost like he was talking. I don't know where he was talking from, like he was high or something, because he's making all these statements and it's like, we just lost and Flacco is the quarterback. Why are we talking about the third string, 5th round draft pick?
Thank you.
But obviously, it's obvious why we're talking about it. So I guess my question is, does Rexy have a point, or is he tripping or something? And Tim, you look like you're ready for this one, so I'm gonna let you go first.
Yeah, this is just to me an example of someone who's really lost his relevance. Nobody cares about what Rex Ryan has to say. However, in his defense, I don't think that Rex Ryan was really trying to go off of something that he heard. I think he was just trying to kind of like guess as to why this young man is being treated this way and is still being relegated to the third string. And one must think that because of how long he's been in the football, that this guy must be doing something or not doing something he's supposed to do. I don't think that he was going off of anything he's heard. But what I will say is this: Shedeur Sanders has experienced an extreme amount of ridicule for just being a player. I've heard outlandish things. Johnny Manziel, Tom Brady told his owner, drafting me was the best decision you ever made. No one cared about that. He was a 6th round pick. These other quarterbacks have been coddled and protected, I mean, for a very long time, and not scrutinized as heavily as this young man. I'm wondering if the Browns brought him there to break him some kind of way, like to destroy his mentality and his self-affirmed nature. It's like, here's what I really believe. I don't believe that this is about Shedeur Sanders specifically as an individual. What I believe this is a tactic by the NFL to thwart the efforts of the new NIL athlete coming in, not necessarily needing them. And they're used to players needing them and and doing whatever they say, jumping through whatever hoops, talking and conforming however they need to, so they can continue to toe the line the way they want to. But here's a new Shedeur Sanders represents a brand new athlete that can say, I am my own person. Yes. I don't need you to be a millionaire, because Shedeur could walk away today and he would make more millions of dollars. That's why he's a 5th round pick and can garner as more attention than anybody else on that team. The NFL has a problem with Shedeur because the NFL is interested in running a plantation versus a business.
Okay, Cody, what's your thoughts on Sexy Rex?
I I can agree with Tim that Shador definitely broke the mold. I hope that there isn't some sort of hidden agenda. I hope that Haslam didn't take him just to sell jerseys, and I hope that he really gets his own chance. I would like to believe that this organization is seeing something that we're not. Some similar to we touched base on earlier is we're not at these practices. We've seen a really good game from Shador. We've seen a really bad game from Shador. We've seen a really good game from Gabriel. We've seen an okay game from Gabriel. I think they're stubborn and they're going to go based off how they drafted. The whole organization just seems stubborn and kind of stuck in their ways. I don't know if that's Haslam, having his foot in the door, or Paul DePodesta, or someone else, calling shots. There's been questions from higher up in the organization forever. When it comes to Rex, it's all clickbait stuff. I mean, Shador is, again, #1 jersey sales. He has so many followers. The people that are clicking on TikTok and clicking on, any type of reels, Instagram, wherever it's at, those are all his fans. I mean, it's gonna get pushed around. It's gonna get likes. It's gonna get shares, and he's just trying to be relevant.
Okay, Mama Bear.
Yeah, I think we're looking at a case of nature versus nurture, right? So when you look at some of the college quarterbacks that they try to compare Shador with and try to say like, hey, these quarterbacks also had accuracy like him and they turned out to be nothing, or they're sitting on the couch or what have you. I feel like the way they're doing Shador and like the comments that he made, I mean, it's a valid question to ask, like how many other third string, 5th round draft pick players are you interviewing right now?
None.
On the team. No, none of the other ones, right? So it's obvious that he's being targeted, to try to pick him apart. I'm just hoping that he continues to hold up in the type of man that he is in his strength, because he's got all the nature, but he's not getting any of the nurture. And I feel like if you're going to be great, you're going to need the support of the people around you. You're going to need the administration. You're going to need the team. You're going to need the coaches. People are going to have to lift you up. So even when Shador does get his chance, he got to drag all that animosity out on the field with him. When he start balling, we're not going to get to see fully Shador like that anyway, because we're not lifting him up. When his turn does come, he's going to come out there with all of this baggage. It's like, I hate that they're doing this to him, because you don't know what you're going to do to somebody's actual play when they get out there, when you have to bring your nature and the nurturing with you. All of that comes with you. At least Dylan is being supported. So we can, if Dylan is not successful, guess what? It's all on Dylan, because everybody's nurturing him and supporting him and lifting him up. If it happens with Shador, you can't even be like, that's all him, because look at all of that he had to drag out on the field with him. Like, they need to start lifting him up. Even if, like, these little petty things, like in these comments, whatever he makes, and the way they try to blow all this stuff out of proportion, it's ridiculous.
Hold that thought. Go ahead, Mike. Because
all right, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, because you guys said something that really stuck with me. You said he made the comment about Shador sitting in the front of the class, but then pictures come out with him in the front of the class. Could Rex Ryan be calling out Cleveland and saying that y'all need to play this boy?
That's exactly what he's doing.
At the same time, I'm sorry, I didn't mean no disrespect by saying boy. My bad. Also, at the same time, Cleveland might have drafted him to trade him. Because if you think about it, they should be fleecing the New Orleans Saints right now, because all these teams had a chance to draft him that would have changed their franchise future. Think if he would have went to New Orleans, Pittsburgh, everybody passed on him. So now you're looking at him, and those franchises are going under. When all they need is a quarterback. So New Orleans, oh man, I hate them the most, because they should have got him. But just to play devil's advocate, could he be low-key calling out Cleveland? Because he can't call out Cleveland due to what my man was saying about the NFL before, and he don't want to lose his job either. Especially with the political climate right now, how they trying to whitewash stuff. But if he was trying to call out Cleveland low-key, like, look, y'all got this talent, y'all should play him and see exactly what you got. Don't just sit there and hate on him. That was my take from everything that y'all said, because I always try to look at the glass as half full and never half empty. And I know they drafted for a reason. Again, they might have drafted, like I said, just to trade him. because you're sitting on 85 quarterbacks. Y'all still got Deshaun Watson.
Right.
So, we going to see how this work out. Well, shoot, you could trade him or cut him or whatever. He could go somewhere.
Mhm.
But
And that's where I'm going when he goes.
y'all
Same.
got enough.
Period.
Hold on.
I'm
Just hold on
tired.
real quick.
Look,
Hold
I'm
on,
tired
hold
of
on.
these clowns, man.
Hold on
I'm
real
getting
quick.
sick of them. Go ahead,
All right,
Dre.
so check it out. So basically, everybody got on him for saying what he said. So now, I don't know if it was the very next day. It seemed like it was. They interviewed him again, and he didn't say anything. Well, he pantomimed. He just moved his mouth, but nothing came out. So basically, that was his way of showing Rex Ryan that he was shutting up. And he still gets criticized. So I guess we're at the point where damned if I do, damned if I don't.
Yeah.
Cody, I'm gonna let you go first, Cody, because it looks like you got something on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah, I don't know if it's childish or if it's funny or if I like it or I hate it how he handled the interview. I'm really torn. I mean, he's got to be going through a lot mentally, and kind of always being the guy and being in the spotlight. It's going to be humbling for sure, and he's going to go through a ton of different emotions. I would like to see him just keep putting his head down, saying, hey, I'm ready when the time comes, and when the time comes, showing it. That's the biggest thing for him. I mean, I would hopefully lay off any type of negative stuff, regardless if it's him just being silent or and specifically staying out of Rex drama or social media or stuff that could interfere with his mental. I can't wait for him to get his chance, man. I'm hoping against the Titans game, Cam Ward and Shador would be really sick.
Okay.
That would
Mike,
be a good game to start him in too.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
so Mike, what'd you think about that, Mike?
I agree with what he's saying. They need to get off his mental. But I think that Tennessee game would be a good game to start him, because you don't want to throw a quarterback out there to the fire, because that's what y'all did with Tim Couch and messed him up. And
I'm scared for
same thing
Gabriel.
happened
I'm scared for him Sunday.
to who is it? Jones, the quarterback for the Florida, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Same thing happened to him. They threw that quarterback out there. Now he's shell shocked. He ain't no more good. They want to try to make Sunshine good, but he not. He destroyed. And I don't want them to throw y'all quarterbacks out there the same way. I don't want Shador to go out there and get shook.
They're doing it Sunday.
You're right. Well, hopefully you got a better offensive line.
What do you think about damned if I do, damned if I don't?
You got 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. They gonna look. You got haters out there. We all got haters. No matter what you do, those haters gonna hate.
Okay, Mama Bear.
You said what about damned if I do, damned if I don't?
No. In other words, when he came out and when they asked him a question, he just basically mouthed it. It was his way of shutting up. But
yeah. I watched it.
His obligation that he had to be available for the reporters.
Yeah. Man, that's a tough one, man, because this is where you grow through what you go through, right? He's gonna grow from this, because like on the political side of football, you kind of have to oblige them, but it's like he feels like if I oblige them, they're going to twist my words. So I think it was clever and funny, but it also set him back, because all the people that have been attacking him are now going to doubly attack him. They're going to come after him and say, "Oh, now you're immature," because they didn't have anything on him. You know what I mean? They couldn't find anything on him, so they get on him for his hat to the back, and they get on him for saying he feels like he's ready and he's better than the guys in the NFL, and then he gets up there and does that, and it's like there's really nothing he's going to be able to do that's going to make people be like, okay, you either love Shador or you don't at this point. And if you love him and you rock with him, like I love him and I rock with him, and I'm kind of where Tim Waller is. I'm like, listen, if the Browns fumble this guy and he ends up going elsewhere, I'm going with him. I'll make a bonfire out of all these jerseys. I ain't even playing. Like, I'm just so outdone with him. That's how hard I'm rooting for Shador in my heart. That's crazy, but that's how hard I'm rooting for him. I'll cheer for him wherever he goes.
Okay, Tim Dog, you agreeing with your sister or what?
Absolutely. I believe when you see a clown, you present a clown. And basically, what he's showing is like, if you're not going to take it seriously, neither am I. This is a clown show. Get me out of here. And at first, I was thinking the same way when she was like, well, may have set him back. But it's like, look here, y'all are too old. This is Kevin Stefanski is mishandling this whole thing in every way. And he's the head coach. And to draft a player and to treat him like this is, I've never seen anything like it. I don't want to call it what I really believe that it really is, because I do a lot of research in history in the NFL and their owners and the way they move. The NFL, like I said before, they're definitely afraid of this new athlete coming out of college that doesn't necessarily need you in the way that they once did, and they're afraid of that because when Shador is like a Jordan of football in a different way than we've seen the Tom Brady's and everyone else, because they all told the line. They all told the line because they didn't come in off NIL deals. Even if they didn't grow up in the projects, they still were looking at the NFL. This is my way out. Shador and the athletes coming in, like when they start to look at this wide receiver out of Ohio State, he's not coming into the NFL poor. So they have a different mentality. I don't want to go to this team. I want to go play. I don't want to sit behind anybody else. And the NFL is trying to, almost like MAGA, I hate to bring that in there, but almost like that, it's like holding on to the old days. And that's what they're afraid of. Free agency changed the NFL. When Webster Slaughter went into free agency, it's been changing it ever since. And now we're looking more like the NBA. And eventually, the NFL is going to start putting teams together the same way the NBA does. And that's what the NFL is afraid of, that they won't have complete control over their product. And they don't need to have control over it because they're running it into the ground. That's what my point is. I'm sorry to come out like this today, but I'm tired. That's what I believe is really happening. I mean, I understand, like, I'm a big picture person. You know what I mean? I design business models off of big corporations like Amazon. So my idea is this. If I'm looking at the NFL, do y'all understand that the NFL operates as both for-profit and non-profit? I don't know if you guys know that. The NFL owners can allow the citizens out of their tax dollars to pay for a stadium that they don't pay for at all, but receive all of the profit from. When the NFL and AFL came together, they created almost a monopoly. The same way if like Lowe's and what's the other place? Home Depot. If they were to come together, it would be the same thing. You create a monopoly where no one can compete with you. And that's what the NFL has done. And they're trying to protect that so that they can continue to monopolize this and not allow people to come up that can challenge that. I don't know if anybody's looking at that business side of it, but that's what they're afraid of. This is not about Deion Sanders or none of that. This is about them maintaining control over their farm. Period.
I'm going to co-sign what you're saying on some of that, because if you look at it this year after the draft, the second round draft picks didn't want to sign, and he was going to go back into the draft next year, which would have gave him more money. And they don't want to do that. And I think with the new college player that's coming out, I think the NFL has the problem with, like you said, the new player that's coming out, but it's the new African American quarterbacks that's coming out that they have their issue with.
Too. Yeah.
So, and I'm just keeping it real on that. I don't want to get down that rabbit hole, but
when you say that though, if you look over the collective years, there have been some remarkable quarterbacks that were not African American, and they can be the face of the NFL. What they don't want is someone who's going to change that look. You know what I mean? And the way that they move to be the face of it. And unfortunately, it might not be Shador, but somebody is coming now because it's changed. It's different now, and the NFL don't want to adjust. They're old.
Well, piggybacking off of that, you have to know when Nick Saban left college, that's the whole reason. The NIL changed the geography of the landscape of the league, and he was like, "Hey, I don't, with this NIL and the portal, they have no control anymore. And players, like you say, players can go wherever they want to go now.
Right.
And if they don't want to go, they ain't got to go. They just ain't got to sign the contract.
So, all right. So, hey, let's take a pause. let's take a pause and see somebody. I don't know who it was. Somebody submitted a man cave.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tony, show us that man cave there. I don't even remember who submitted it, but somebody submitted something.
Oh wow, that's a nice man cave. That's freaking amazing.
Oh
That looks
man.
more like a she shed, but okay.
Did you say
wow.
shit, man? You know something?
Oh wow. Wow.
Sweet.
That's super fan.
I see
That's
Sonic
super
and
fan.
Knuckles over there. Sonic and Knuckles.
Wow.
That is dope.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, that's incredible. How long did it take you to
I've been
accumulate?
collecting ever since I was 19 years old.
Wow.
You didn't let me finish. How long did it take you to accumulate such riff-raffery? No, I'm just playing. That's amazing, man. That's dope.
What started this collection was,
I used to really
you
watch
remember Heart to
Detroit.
Heart? You remember Heart to Heart that came on TV back in the
Yeah,
day?
Heart to Heart. Yeah, I do.
They had a jersey. I almost want to say it was Dan Marino in their living room on the wall, and I always wanted that in my house.
Oh wow.
Okay.
So I started
that's
collecting when I was
remarkable, man.
19 and everything. So
Wow.
look, let me show you what my first.
No, we done seen enough already. So next,
And I don't want to say this though, because I used to like this past weekend was the first time I actually really rooted against Detroit. I've always liked Detroit.
Yeah.
Because they're so similar to us. You know, they've had some they're blue collar, they've been really gritty and stuff like that, and they've suffered the same way we have. So I've always rooted for
I'm gonna be
Detroit.
rooting for y'all this weekend. I'm here to tell you. But
Of
this
course
was
you
my
are.
first piece. This was the first piece I ever got.
I had that.
Barry
I had
Sanders.
2 of those. I had 2 of those.
Autograph. Yep.
Nice.
Okay.
My first autograph.
Yeah, that's
this
a
is my
legend
very
right there.
first piece.
That's a dope man cave though. Like
Hey, I got a
that's
question.
incredible.
Where's
That's
your blue Corvette at though? Let me ask you that.
My who?
Your blue Corvette.
Right.
It's right here. I don't have a blue Corvette. I got a
Look, he got memorabilia, man. He got a lot of stuff in there.
I said
man.
he like Carrot Top with the props, man. They should keep pulling them out.
Yeah, he got hammers and all kinds of stuff. He came up with the Thor hammer and everything.
Yeah, that was serious.
I got a
I don't
blue
even know how that
Firebird.
connects to the Lions.
There it is.
There you
it
go.
is. Look.
Oh wow.
Yes, sir.
Hey, if you really want to impress me, hop in and drive off.
Yeah.
I gotta trick myself first.
I know that's right.
No, it's awesome, man. For real.
Yeah, that's
a
awesome,
cool
man.
collection for
I've
sure.
always tried to get unique things, and right now I have a display in the Detroit Historical Museum downtown.
Wow,
Sick.
Volunteered some of my pieces.
that's
Nice.
awesome.
Hey, are y'all looking at the chat? James Frank said that Barry Sanders jersey is fire.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I
if y'all go back through some of the,
all 320s.
we be missing these comments. I'll be watching the comments. Tony Spot Dog, whatever the rest of the name is, he said, "My sister from the Yo will always be a Browns fan for life."
Oh, for sure.
Do y'all think?
So check this out, y'all. Somebody mentioned it earlier, but we really didn't expound on it because it was one of our topics. But yeah, it seems like we got one good year out of Jerry Jeudy,
Man,
and then I don't know what happened. So I guess the question is, because you know when we got him, Denver fans went in on us hard, man. Y'all know what y'all getting. He dropped the ball all the time, but what he did, Pro Bowl last year, right? Pro Bowl,
Yep.
And now he got the case of the drop seats. So.
But I think that's concentration. Like you say, he might not like the way Flacco throw the ball.
Don't make me mute you.
Okay, my bad.
So my question is.
They crazy. Don't make me mute.
My question is, were the Broncos fan right, or do you think this is something that he can overcome? I'm gonna let you go, Mike, since you have so much to say. Go ahead, Big Mike.
All right. Now, it might be his concentration, the way Flacco throw the ball. You know, but again, that my man say he played football. He know you got to concentrate, look that damn ball in. You know, Calvin Johnson broke his finger a couple of times on Matthew Stafford balls. So did Big Play Slay broke his finger trying to catch that ball. So, you know, if he's not concentrating or the quarterback not getting the ball there when it's supposed to be, and, you know, he worried about getting hit, yeah, he going to have a couple of drops here and there.
Okay.
But from what I've seen, he's a good wide receiver.
Well, you know, I'm back at the comments again. James Frank said, I still think Judy can ball. He's just in his head for some reason. I don't know if it's a head thing. I just feel like, why do guys wait till they get to the Browns to play their worst football? Why do you wait to get here to be bad?
No, he made Pro Bowl last year. He made the Pro Bowl last year with us.
Okay, well, we'll see what he does with Dylan. I'm still hopeful. But Judy's not the guy I'm watching for with passes and stuff like that. I'm trying to see these tight ends, like you saying, let them tight ends move around. Let's see Fannin do something. Let's see Njoku do something because, man, like Ford, like I'm with him on that. Keep Ford out of the picture, and let Judkins just run it down. Like Judkins is running. I like
him. He's a 3-down back. Yep.
Right. Yeah. Right. Cody.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on Judy?
I'm hoping it's just a funk that he can get out of. If you've seen the interview afterwards, or some point in time he was asked about it, he was frustrated. I mean, I don't know. I think he was cussing or holding back cuss words. He was pissed. I mean, he's really upset about it. So, hopefully with a new quarterback and, you know, just kind of a new energy, kind of a clean slate that can break that funk and get him back to being a Pro Bowler.
I'd break the funk.
Can I say something too? If the ball is not getting there fast enough, like he's expecting it to be there, and Flacco is throwing the old man ball, that would have a lot to do with it. Because
the interception was an old man ball for sure.
Yeah,
man ball. Wait, whatever happened to if the ball hits you in your hands, you're supposed to catch it?
That's fact.
What happened to that?
Fact.
Oh, yeah, this old man ball and Tim.
Okay, here's the thing. We all agree that old man Flacco, old man River, he throws helium-filled footballs. Period.
Old man River.
However, on so many, not just this season, last season too, Jerry Jeudy drops passes that hit him in the hands way too often in critical situations to be a number one receiver. I mean, he's our number one guy. I would have sat Jeudy down. I almost call him Judge Jeudy. I would have sat him down. I would have sat him down week 2. I don't agree with rewarding bad play. It's like, I don't care if it's your head, your hands, Flacco, catch the balls that touch your hands. And if you can't, especially in 3rd and 4th down, whatever the case is, in those critical situations, if I can't count on you, if the quarterback can't count on you, you're not a number one receiver. And you need to be treated as such. They're treating Shador hasn't even played a meaningful down, but they're judging him on every single thing. Yet these receivers and quarterbacks go without impunity. With impunity, it's like they can do whatever and keep Stefanski with impunity. It's like, come on. How come no one's being held accountable but Shador, the least person who has any impact on any game's outcome? This is ridiculous clown work, and I'm not going to subscribe to it much longer. That's what I'm saying.
Well, we got room on Detroit. Come on, bro.
Hey, wherever Shador goes, if the Browns are foolish enough to let him go, I'm hitching my wagon. As long as it ain't the Steelers or Ravens. Right. And if Mike keeps talking, the Detroit Lions too.
No. We don't look. We just got rid of Hendon Hooker, which I don't think was smart. But no, what you call it? My man, the Jets picking up all the African American quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
hey, what would happen if we finally got Shador on the field and he was trash?
Hey, at least we'll know.
Yeah.
At least we will know.
I
just had to ask.
That's all we can really ask for. My thing is this. I don't necessarily. Here's the thing. I would be okay if Shador didn't get on the field this season. What's with the mistreatment, though?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. It's like you drafted this man to abuse him and to mistreat him this way. Football don't go this way. It hasn't gone this way. It just hasn't. It's wrong to treat that young man that way, based off of
Yep.
anything. Really, it is. He's a young guy, and I think that these mature men, whether they be administrative office or whether they be coaches, are wrong for the way they're handling this young man. It's wrong.
Well,
before
Do you think that, Tim? Do you think that just based off his talent?
Minnesota just allowed 18 sacks, the most in the league. Y'all gonna eat on Sunday.
Do you
Y'all
think?
gonna
Do you think they're mistreating Shador just based off like what you assume his talent is, or what you've seen in college, or because I agree, and I'm really like I'm 50-50 on it. I don't know if they're just treating him like a 5th round pick, or because there's so much information on Shador, are they treating him differently than they would another 5th round pick or another team would handle it? And they might be. Again, I don't think either of us know enough.
I think the Browns have knitted a blanket of dysfunction. Like it's just so interwoven into who they are.
It's
and
deep.
it's not, it's been there long before Shador. He's just a recipient of the latest dysfunction that is the Cleveland Browns. They have destroyed us in so many ways, intellectually, emotionally, mentally, physically. Like they have destroyed. I've been watching them since I was 3 or 4 years old. And after Bernie Kosar, even during those seasons, we would see things like the prevent defense against Denver and all that. Here now, what we've seen in the modern era since they've come back, it's just been a mismanagement of everything. It's not just Shador. I think Shador is the most blatant mismanagement of a product that coming out of college. But they've done this historically. Look at Baker Mayfield, who you look just like Brown Stronach. You look just like him. You could be his brother. But Baker Mayfield is balling out of control because our owner had too big of an ego and went and sold the whole farm over Deshaun Watson, who's a broken vessel. And that's where we are.
Yeah,
that's where we are. Egos. It's a bunch of I'll tell you this.
Yeah, we should have kept Baker.
Pride cometh before a fall.
You made a mistake
and the Browns are full of pride and ego, and they refuse to surrender to the brighter move.
Yeah.
Period. And I'm getting sick of them. And I hope Stefanski is gone before the season's over.
He's not
a head coach.
Tim,
Stefanski's not a head coach or an offensive coordinator.
Week 5.
Yeah. And I feel like Stefanski, outside of his beard, is useless.
It's a good beard.
Outside of his beard.
Hey, people. Great show.
Hour.
We gotta go. One more hour, Ray. One more hour, Ray. I got so much to get off my chest. I got so much more.
Let's go.
Hey, who does Detroit play this week?
You know the old
We
saying.
play the Bengals.
You ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get up out of here.
Go Bengals.
Slap yourself.
Here come the Browns.
Detroit, y'all gonna destroy them.
I'm cheering for
destroy Bengals. Y'all gonna destroy the Bengals.
They had the most sacks. Minnesota did. I'm like, y'all gonna eat, and then you gonna slap me in my face
I'm just being silly. I ended up saying, I'm just kidding. I'm just being silly, just to end the show on a funny note. But I know y'all gonna beat the Bengals. The Bengals ain't got nobody.
Again, great show. But one last quick question to Mama Bear, Cody, and Tim.
Yeah.
Should we ever bring Mike back?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I like
him.
Cool.
Thank you.
Mike is knowledgeable. No, Mike is knowledgeable. Hey, let me tell you, can I say this before we go? And I want to say this because I don't want Mike to think I was dodging him. Because Mike called me. He found me on Facebook. He found me. I don't know how he did, but he found me. And he hold on.
I gave you your name. That's how you found me.
Okay. I figured you did, but he inboxed me, and I'm Mike, and I owe you an apology because I'm an entrepreneur and I have my own business, and this time of year,
accepted.
I'm a forensic psychologist, so I have a lot of partnerships that I'm dealing with in the community, and this was probably the most hectic week that I've ever had. So I want to apologize to you publicly that I wasn't able to get back. I tried to call you before the show tonight. If you see my number, that's me, 614. So I tried to reach out to you, but I don't want you to think that I was dodging you in any kind of way. So I do want to talk to you though later on this week because I think that we might be good friends eventually. You know what I mean?
But I want to give you props because I'm a disabled veteran and I dealt with the domiciliary, and we deal with a lot of veterans, the mental, when they go through a lot, and we appreciate what you do because I have dealt and assisted veterans on so many occasions.
Okay.
So and plus I'm retired federal
that's
police
more
officer.
reason for us to talk because That's what I'm doing. So
Mhm.
I actually along a while back developed a curriculum for veterans, and I just
Okay.
haven't had the opportunity to share it. So perhaps our conversation will lead to something like that.
Cool.
We got a bromance brewing.
Hey, y'all are cute.
But yeah, man, I'm glad you reached out to me. I appreciate it,
Oh,
man.
for sure. Because you know,
Everybody, as
I'm
always,
always booed up.
as
Absolutely.
always, great show.
You got so many props. It's
Oh,
crazy.
hey. And don't be mad because we sent you on a Jet 2 holiday. Now I need y'all to send Minnesota on a Jet 2 holiday.
I hope
That's
so,
right.
man.
All
Sure.
right, guys.
All right,
All
y'all.
right, it was a pleasure.